Six Flags Over Texas has a large collection of rides, some of which are a bit older and offer a milder experience. I have a separate countdown for the roller coasters, but now I would like to rank the various flat rides at the original Six Flags park. Of note, I have not ridden the two upcharge attractions in Six Flags Speedway go-karts or Dive Bomber Alley. Additionally, I have not been on the various kiddie rides in Bugs Bunny's Boomtown that require an adult to ride with a child. Number 24. Cloud Bouncer. Located in an awkward stretch on the way to Judge Roy Scream, this is a very simple ride without super great views. It is likely nice for the youngest of guests, and I also wasn't too concerned with trying to actually spin a lot, which spinning could probably make this ride a little bit better than this ranking. Number 23. Rodeo. This is located in a weirdly isolated spot in the Texas area of the park, with really nice theming around it, so it fits in great. But it does make me a bit too dizzy for my tastes with the way it spins, especially in that hot Texas sun. Number 22. La Fiesta de las Tazas. A nice touch of family theming to the Spanish section of the park. This spinning teacups ride is fairly basic beyond the theming, though I did get some enjoyable forces on my rides. Number 21. Boot Scootin. This kiddie ride greets guests upon leaving the new Texas Giant, and it is adorable and calling to me a lot more than it probably should, simply because of its location. The actual ride experience is very mild, as you just spin around and get jostled up and down a little tiny bit, but there are mild kiddie levels of fun. Number 22. Silver Star Carousel. The iconic image of this greeting guests for rope drop has a special place in my heart, but the actual ride experience on this carousel is rather subpar, as there's little forces or otherwise enjoyable elements, which likely explains why it was basically empty on most of my rides. Number 19. Batwing. This Gotham City kiddie ride adds a nice touch of theming, and the operator was letting guests stay on and ride again during my rides. This offers a simple up and down ride, but it's nice for what it is. Number 18. Sylvester and Tweety Bounce and Pounce. This new for 2024 drop tower did not restrict adults upon opening, and is an enjoyable kiddie drop tower that can give you nice views of Wile E. Coyote's Canyon Blaster, or even Judge Roy Scream in the distance. The drops aren't too big and give just a small tummy tickling sensation, making it one of the calmer kiddie drop towers out there, despite looking a little bit more on the larger scale. Number 17. El Sombrero. This ride looks and feels old, but that's not necessarily a bad thing, as it seems to spin less than similar rides that I've been on, which allows me to enjoy the mild laterals and the forces on this ride without ending up too crazy dizzy. Number 16. Gunslinger. This is a nicely themed swing ride that runs a rather basic course, but that's not terrible, as the positive G's on some versions can really mess with my head. I'm looking at you, Fiesta, Texas. I may skip this ride more than I should given my bad experience on similar rides, but there is a reason it is a very popular flat ride. Number 15. Conquistador. With the shade and theming, this serves as a neat centerpiece for the Spanish section of the park. The positive G's on the downward swing aren't terrible, though the airtime isn't fantastic on the highest swings. It is an average swinging chip that won't beat you up too much, so it should be enjoyable for what it is. Number 14. Boomtown / Texas Depot. The train around over Texas has been closed on most of my visits, so I haven't gotten to ride it too much. There are a few mild elements of theming, but the main thing to look at are the various roller coasters that you pass, and to get unique angles of these rides. There is also a train robbery on the weekends, but I have not been able to visit over Texas on the weekend to experience this, which would likely make this ride place much higher. Number 13. Caddo Lake Barge. Sitting on the lake surrounded by trees, I love how this ride looks. And I did ride this pre-gaming for my first ride on Superman Power of Tower, so I may have been hyped up a bit more than necessary, allowing me to really enjoy this otherwise very simple and basic family ride. Other versions I've ridden have been very, very basic, despite how interesting this ride style actually looks. But somehow, this version won a very special place in my heart. Number 12. Sidewinder. Located on the long walk to Titan, Sidewinder is a basic scrambler with decent forces that should make it an enjoyable ride. The lack of shade, though, could make this miserable if you're really, really hot and exhausted when riding. Number 11. Justice League Battle for Metropolis. I'm just not a big fan of this dark ride, as I find the story and screens pretty hard to follow. As a break from the sun, I do normally try to ride it on most of my visits, and it has warmed up to me with more re-rides, especially now that they don't have the 3D glasses to go along with it. The details of the animatronics are really good, and I wish I could enjoy this ride more, but it's just not as immersive as I'd like. Number 10. Catwoman Whip. This ride looks like it will make you crazy dizzy with strong positive G's, but the overall forces were just enjoyable, and it did not leave me too dizzy or disoriented. A classic regular Enterprise would still be more fun, but this does a fine job for what it is. Not ranked. El Diablo. Billed as the tallest Larson loop in the world, this offered a ton of hang time, making it a very enjoyable version of this ride, as the massive amounts of hang time over the top is my favorite part of these types of rides. Number 9. Casa Magnetica. This unique walkthrough attraction is not open much, and hurt me a bit with how you have to stand to walk through it. But seeing the various scenes and rooms is a unique and fun experience. Number 8. Dino Off-Road Adventure. This new for 2024 attraction took the old car ride and really upgraded it with good family theming. It still isn't great, but a big improvement over the old car ride, and it is an enjoyable family experience, so I won't mind visiting the dinosaurs every now and then when I can. Number 7. The Riddler Revenge. As a large but not super large pendulum, I feel this size offers a bit more potential than is realized by this ride. Riddler Revenge had an awkward shuffle to it that made me a bit worried about my safety throughout my ride, while also offering a very controlled swing with little airtime on the highest swings. For those scared to ride, the ride experience itself is not too bad with the forces, but feeling that shuffling might be a bit too much for your thoughts. For those seeking strong thrills, this does more than other basic rides in this park, but it does leave a lot on the table, especially for a large-scale pendulum ride. Number 6. El Aserradero. The original log flume offers 2 tracks, one through the woods and one that is a bit more open. Neither are particularly thrilling as you just wind around before going up a final drop, but it is always nice to see this classic ride while experiencing a calm log flume layout. Number 5. Oil Derrick. This observation tower is unique, but has also been closed on all but one of my visits to Six Flags Over Texas. So because of how hard it was to experience, and the neat aerial views that it gives of the park as a whole, which I appreciate with how much I've been filming theme parks, I rank this as a fairly enjoyable attraction. Number 4. Roaring Rapids. On one hand, this is a very basic river rapids ride, but somehow I really enjoyed the actual rapid parts of this ride, as it seemed to jostle me around just the right amount. Normally, rapids feel like filler on these types of rides, but this course actually warmed me up so much that I was disappointed when there wasn't a strong drop or finale at the end of this ride. I'd somehow forgotten I was on a river rapids ride because I was having so much fun. Number 3. Pirates of Speelunker Cave. This new for 2022 attraction blends the historic Speelunker characters with a more modern take by adding a pirate story. The story can be a bit confusing to follow, as the dialogue throughout the ride is not clear as you move from scene to scene, and even more so when it is dressed up at Christmas time. But the details of this dark ride make it a truly enjoyable experience for families and adults alike. Number 2. Texas Skyscreamer. The sheer height of this ride is terrifying, and unlike other models that give you good views of the surrounding park, you get good views of the highway and surrounding buildings. I think I do like keeping my feet on solid ground, but there's no denying the thrills that this ride has to offer. Number 1. Superman Tower of Power. This tower blew me away on my first ride, as the space shot gave a nice feeling over the top, and the final drop was decent, though it does lack a little bit of power for its size. The queue-line theming is okay, and likely could be done a bit better as Six Flags works to improve its overall theming, but the overall ride experience on this tower is well worth a stop on your visits to Over Texas, at least for me. Which flat rides are your favorite at this Six Flags park? If you've ridden any removed attractions that were enjoyable, let me know, as I always appreciate hearing about history. And, as always, Kapkun Krap.